Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed, online and at the cinema. From the kids who just don't understand how Andrew Lloyd Webber happened, it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Helena.
I'm Matty.
And I'm Ezra.
How did he happen?
I mean, as Helena told us before this, before we started recording, we know how cats happen, and the answer is cocaine. Which, you know, I like many other things in the 80s, brought to you by cocaine.
Right. Which, oh boy, what a complicated thing that is.
So we're welcome. We are saddled up and back on our bullshit with Animated Movies Part 2 this week on Sneople at the Movies. You probably didn't think we were done because we said at the end of our last episode that we had a gazillion more thoughts, and here we are. How do we hold all of these thoughts about animated movies?
Sorry, how many episodes ago was that? That was
our first episode.
13 episodes.
Yeah, we're getting back to our roots. This is episode 14.
This is episode 14.
Hell yeah, baby.
So,
we're coming up on our 6-month podcast anniversary.
That's so exciting.
Ah.
We should have a long distance, I don't know, bottle of sparkling
something.
Beverage.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with some, you know, we're sort of like unavoidably have to talk about the big film news elephant in the room.
Right, we're not gonna do a what we seen this week because
except
just happened. So
Matty and Helena went to go see Rocket Man, and I'm validated in my love for Rocket Man with Ben.
Yes,
hi Ben.
Ezra was right. We been new. Ezra was right. I cried just a lot.
Yeah.
Cried a lot.
That movie's really good.
I don't think I could do
Go fucking see Rocket Man. You will have a good time.
Yeah, I don't think I could do a legitimate criticism of it, simply because, like, it spoke too deeply to me. Also, like, as the meme goes, is it not enough to, like, go to the theater and see Taron Egerton huge?
Taron Egerton, we have decided to stand. Like, okay, so this is my... I'm sorry, but this is my first, like, I think, actual exposure to Taron Egerton in anything, and fucking A.
There were multiple points where he hit notes, and I was like, whoa, holy shit.
My boy.
Also, there were seconds where I was like, this is Taron, right? Like, this isn't somebody, this is him.
Yeah,
he was phenomenal.
Really great.
Jamie Bell
was great.
is phenomenal in basically everything he does, and, like, we already loved him. This has already been the Jamie Bell stand show.
Yeah, we're recording super late tonight, beloved listeners, and you know what? I don't care. Still, after we close, I am definitely gonna, like, go to bed and then be like, actually, I need to listen to Jamie Bell sing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be listening to Tiny Dancer. It's been stuck in my head all day. I've just been like, hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. Just all day at work.
Yeah, I've had, my favorite, like, underrated Elton John song is Burn Down the Mission, which, if you haven't listened to it, please go listen to Burn Down the Mission. It's fucking great. I've had Burn Down the Mission stuck in my head. I was, like, singing it in the walk-in cooler at work today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've forgotten how much I used to jam to Elton John when I was a kid, so I'm like majorly back on my bullshit, as in my 10-year-old bullshit, dancing to Saturday Night's All Right when walking, to school.
Yeah.
Or not
hell yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. The group chat with, like, the three of us and Ben, producer of show, is just, I literally renamed it to the Elton John Power Hour, because it's just all of us being like, God, Elton John fucking rules, right?
Yep.
That's it. That's the whole chat right now. It's great.
Yeah.
So
we're
that's
having
the main
the time
what
of our
we
goddamn
see.
lives.
Yeah. I also make a note, in the continuing adventures of me getting my parents to watch the Lord of the Rings Extendeds, we watched Two Towers last night, and most of it was my stepmom being like, this isn't what happened in the books, and me being like, no, it pays off though, and then she's like, oh, you're right, and I cried like I do every time, and it was good.
Nice.
So yeah.
So
anyway,
so
film
we have to
news.
talk about Jellicle Cats. Jellicle Cats.
I would just
Come
like
out
to
tonight.
point out that the only Cats take I truly care about is the person who just tweeted that the Cats movie is T.S. Eliot's punishment for being an anti-Semite, and you know what? I stand by that.
It's true. It's true. What I've been telling people, I mean, I've had so many conversations about like what the plot of Cats is over the past like week since this dropped, and I firmly have arrived at the epiphany that it's just a chorus line, as I was telling you, Matty.
telling me this, yeah.
It's just a chorus line. For people who haven't seen a chorus line, that's not very helpful, but the plot of a chorus line is just like this weird audition thing that this director is trying for chorus members in a show, of a musical, where they're gonna all like introduce themselves and like talk about what's the purpose of their life, basically, why they do what they do. And every song is just these different people like singing about themselves and their childhood and their like depressing lives. And you know, I like a chorus line a lot because I'm a theater kid, and a chorus line is a show made specifically for just theater people. And so Cats is a chorus line because it's just a bunch of cats, and they're introducing themselves, and they're like, I'm this cat, I'm that cat, I'm this cat. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're deciding which one of us dies, I guess?
The idea is they get a new life, so they go and they die, and then they get a comeback.
As what?
Wait, hang on. What the fuck?
Because they talk about, okay, so the only stage
full disclosure, actually, by the way, I have never seen or literally even listened to Cats. The only thing I actually know about Cats is that, your boy Terrence Mann, aka originated Javert on Broadway, thanks Terry, you're fucking amazing, played the horny one. Aren't they all horny?
Cavity?
No, Tugs?
Mephistopheles? Oh, Rum Tum.
no.
Yeah. No,
What the fuck is his name?
That tracks. Rum Tum Tugger or something stupid?
Yeah, the one that Jason Derulo is playing.
Oh, that's too weird.
I know way too much about their names now. Continue.
Yeah, so as possibly the only person who's seen Cats...
Yes, yeah.
Through a weird series of events, the only stage musical I've ever seen that was like a professional production is Cats.
Oh my god.
And I saw it like 15 years ago. So it was a while ago. And the only musical that my stepmom likes is Cats.
What? Yeah, I forgot. Oh.
Yeah, Angela hates musicals.
I love you, Angela, but yeah.
Stop. No, she hates musicals because they don't make sense to her. They don't make sense. And I'm like, that's totally fine. They don't
that's
usually. Fair. But she loves Cats the animal. And
there you
cat in Cats the musical relates to the personality of an actual cat. And she's owned a bunch of cats. So for her, she's like, she relates it to like these animals that she's loved. And she loves cats. The music.
Okay, that makes perfect sense, actually. Okay, fine.
Yeah. No, it's funny that she like married my father, you know, the man who teaches and has acted, like teaches theater and has acted, and then me, homosexual theater extraordinaire, as her child. But yeah, so I know a decent amount about Cats.
That's really fucking funny.
No, they like the idea is like they get together once every year and they have a Jellicle ball. For those of you who don't know what Cats is about, I'm about to give you the extremely quick rundown. All the cats get together, and they have a Jellicle ball, and you get introduced to all the cats. The idea is that you're supposed to get kind of pieces of their lives, because every year, all of them get together, and I believe his name is Old Deuteronomy. He's like the main boss cat.
Judi Dench.
They all kind of... no, it's
movie.
I think... Are you sure it's not Ian McKellen?
No, he's playing Gus or whatever.
Wait,
Old
Gus the
Deuteronomy
theater
in
cat.
the musical is a guy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So
But
that's
Judi
why
Dench
I was need to clarify. Yeah. So yeah, they get to pick who dies, goes to the the whatever the heaven is called, and gets reborn into a new Jellicle life. Like, basically, they all try and make their appeal of, like, this version of my life kind of sucked. Please, can I go have a new one?
So they're being reborn as new cats?
Yeah. The Heaviside layer, yeah. And Grisabella sings the one song everybody knows from Cats. She sings Memory.
Yeah.
And Old Deuteronomy is like, dude, for real? Yeah, okay, you could go and become a new cat. Yeah.
I gotta find that fucking video that Leia sent me of this actress singing the entire last 30 seconds of Memory with back phrasing without breathing.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have, like, I was gonna start having, like, tachycardia or something, just listening to that, being like, I know exactly how hard that is, and exactly how much I would never be able to do it in a million years.
Yeah. No.
Memory is
Anyway.
a good song, actually.
It's been butchered 17 ways from Sunday, but yeah,
Yes.
I mean, there's a good song there.
I think Cats is, like, fine as a musical. It's not my favorite. There's a lot of, like, cool choreography.
Yeah.
And I think that the costuming is, like, some of the costuming can be scary and weird as shit, but some of it can be pretty cool.
The design of the original show is, very impressive.
It is. It's very innovative, and it's like, because, I mean, if Cats had never happened, we never would have had Lion King on Broadway.
No. Yeah.
Like, it's a very, and, like, the other thing about Cats is that, like, it's a musical. It's as much a, like, dance showcase as it is a musical.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing. It's not...
Like, it's a song cycle. It's much more of a song. It's much more, fucking... Oh my god, what's that Jason Robert Brown? Okay, wow, my 17-year-old me just, like, slapping me upside the head going, Songs from a New World by Jason Robert Brown, where it's basically just a song cycle. Like, they relate to each other, but it doesn't really have, like, a plot.
Right. So
who needs plots
anyway.
when you can look at cats on the stage huge?
Is it not enough to see Cats huge? And
I'm just
kidding.
kidding.
Also, like,
No,
I mean,
it's not enough.
From like but like for the stage, from like an objective perspective, it's always incredibly skilled dancers and who are probably very attractive people in very tight, spandex and leatards
Furry
and stuff.
suits.
And so, like, yeah, but they're not fursuits. They're
not.
they are clearly very athletic and toned human bodies in cat makeup. And so you understand why that's, like, aesthetically pleasing and or sexy, depending on your preferences.
I feel like I've aged 11 years just thinking about this show.
That's a mood. But no, so the thing is we were trying to figure out why the fuck the makeup or, like, the CG for the faces in the movie is so like, it's just wacky. Like, I watched the trailer and I was, like, trying to, like, burrow back into the couch because I was so freaked out about it. And then I was scrolling through Twitter and somebody had done, like, a primer on the different cats, and they had used, like, photos of the stage costumes and makeup from, like, the original London production or Broadway or something. I'm not sure which. I think it was Broadway.
I think Broadway is the original.
And the
production.
thing is that so when they put this on stage, everybody's got, like, cat ears and their hair kind of, like, 80s teased, but they're also
very floofy.
like. They're very floofy, and they've got fake fur kind of on the temples and stuff, but then they've got, like, their whole faces are painted, and they're painted with, a little, like, cat nose, and a cat, like, muzzle, and little dots for the whiskers, and so, like, yeah, there's human, like, teeth in there, but it's painted to look like a cat face, at least. So you're like, okay, that's a person in cat face paint. The movie is like, you know what this needs? Regular human noses. They don't do it is human faces. It looks like what it looks like is a human face, like an actual human face superimposed onto a cat person doll.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so fucked up looking. That's the truth bomb.
Yeah, and it also, it brings me, part of it is my dad and I had this discussion about it the other day. It brings me out of because I'm so busy thinking about, like, first of all, the cat ears are too small. Like, the proportion of the ears is wrong, to the faces. And also, like, the faces are fucked up. So it brings me out of the experience. I'm like, I can't just buy into, like, yeah, they're just fucking cat people. I'm just like, no, but they're not fucking cat people. They're people in bodysuits and their faces have been painted. It's, like, weird.
Yeah.
This is why it's so... I'm forgetting the phrase I want, but, like, you guys know what I mean. I'm like, I just can't. I'm just so hyper aware of the fact that you
can't
faces.
suspend your disbelief.
That's what I want. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway.
I'm looking at it right now, and I can't look at it. And
okay, it's slightly better in motion. I will say this. When I watched,
it is.
My dad was like, "Let's watch the trailer." And I was like, "Okay." And I watched the trailer, and I was like, "This is actually better in motion. It makes me want to die less when they're moving." But I was still like, "This is not." The ears actually really, really bugged me. I was like, "The ears are not the right
way too
size.
Small.
This is
they're way too
nuts.
Small." Like, they're this weird combo of, like, the body stuff actually looks acceptable-ish.
Yeah, they look too smooth, which is, like...
Yeah, they do. It's weird, but it's not that much weirder than person in cat print leotard.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it's not that much weirder than that, except for the times where you can see that someone's wearing an underwire bra, and I'm like, why? You couldn't let these poor women wear sports bras? Jesus! Anyway...
No, I can't. James Corden
but,
is
like,
a cat.
Okay, no, that's upsetting. But the
Jason
thing is
Derulo
that, like,
as a cat is, like, actually, like, worse, I would argue.
Like, from the neck down, they're, like, not that awful, but then, like, from the neck up, they really just look like the, like, jokes about, like, Neko girls.
They look like What We Do in the Shadows, where he transforms into he can't get the face right anymore. That's what they look like.
Oh my
god. Yeah, it is. Jesus.
So, God.
Oh, God.
I will say,
you know
Idris
what?
Elba and Dame Judi Dench look the best.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah, Judi Dench, I'm like, yeah, I buy that.
Ian McKellen looks fine. Jason Derulo looks fucked up.
Jason Derulo is so upsetting.
The gal who was like, this is her first big break, looks fine also. Still kind of goofy, but, like, looks fine.
Her head is too big. Her head is too round. You're right, and the ears are too small.
She looks ovular.
They look like cat girl, like the stereotypical, like, cat girl. Like,
yes,
they don't even look. They don't look like they're based on a cat.
No,
they look like they're based on a kink.
Right.
It's not good.
I don't know. I'm looking at Judi Dench though now, and it kind of doesn't look. It looks like Judi Dench has been cursed, and she's slowly transforming into a cat.
I have an important question, and
she's an animorph.
I gotta know, did Sir Ian McKellen and Dame Judi Dench, like, did the two of them, like, agree to be in this movie so they could hang out, or did they both, like, lose a bet with someone?
Both.
I don't know.
They lost a bet with each other.
I'm kind of inclined to believe that they, like, lost some sort of bet with one another.
And the cats have boobs. And I'm
they
sorry.
do.
Well, the cat. I mean,
it's
to be unavoidably
wearing,
like the cats have titties in the stage play because they're human women with titties in cat leotards.
They make it look more natural than.
I know, that's the thing. Is like they look like a fetish object, but like in a bad way, like in a poorly executed fetish object. Like they should have just got like the DeviantArt's amazing population of furry artists to consult on this one.
I know. If only we had asked the furries, they would have saved us.
They would have saved us.
Well, they like they understand what elements of humanoid animal, like, of, like, anthropomorphized animal, like, is hot. Like, they know, they would at least have, like, been able to be like, this is why certain people think this is sexy. Like, allow me to teach you how to emphasize those elements. I don't know. I think I just started...
We, as a people, need to listen to furries more often, I think.
I mean, yeah, honestly.
Not for everything. Not for everything, don't get me wrong.
Just for, like, a couple of things.
Just for some things.
I think we have talked about cats for far too long.
Yeah, Jesus.
Okay, so
yeah,
now this means that we don't have to talk about Marvel nearly as much. So Marvel has dropped a bunch of movie announcements.
So many movies, and
the Blade show's gonna fucking whip. That's gonna be that's fucking
true.
Good.
Oh, I saw a great thing that was just like, hey, I wonder if in casting Mahershala Ali, they will push back against the, like, Christian hegemony of most vampire media, because, like, why do you gotta have specifically crucifixes to fight vampires? Like, let Blade be Muslim. I don't know what it would be appropriate for him to be doing. Like, I don't know what would be, like, culturally appropriate for him to be waving or yelling at people, but whatever it is, he should do that.
I know that he did basically walk into a meeting and was like, I have 2 Oscars, I want to be Blade. And they were like, yes, okay.
Yes.
You're Blade now.
Thank God. Oh my, what a...
Which, like, God,
like,
yes.
That right there is, like, the single best... I'm just imagining
That's the only good thing that came out of Green Book.
I'm just imagining him T-posing with one, like, an Oscar in each hand. And he's like, I'm Blade now. And everyone's like, damn, you're right.
Moonlight did this also.
Moonlight did this also, but, like...
but Moonlight has... I know, but, like, Moonlight, like... gave us Moonlight. The only good thing that fucking Green Book did was give Mahershala Ali another Oscar to hold while he T-posed his way into playing Blade.
Gets on the bus, gets in the car, drives with his Oscars, holding them in his hand the whole time.
Drives with his knees.
Knocks on the door with his Oscars. I love him.
I love him. Hawkeye show. Scared for it. We'll see.
I kind
Kate
of like...
Bishop's gonna be in it, but there's rumors that maybe it'll be his kid, and I don't want that, so we'll just fucking
get
see.
away from me. Oh god. Anyway, I, like, turned off SDCC news as soon as the Picard trailer dropped, so I don't care about anything.
Yeah, they're
making another Dr. Strangle.
They are making another Dr. Strangle. There's been a lot of announcements, and a lot of them are actually pretty cool.
There's a lot of Star Trek news too.
A lot of Star Trek news. Good. They're making a new Top Gun.
Oh god, I forgot.
I saw the trailer, and it looks like it's gonna fucking rule.
I mean, it's like the important question is it gonna be as gay as the original?
We can only hope. There was no hint of Val Kilmer. Or Highway to the Danger Zone, but, you know, it's alright. Is it not enough to see people in... I need to stop making this joke. So, yeah, there's been a lot of announcements. I'm pretty excited for a lot of them. I'm also, part of me is like, God, will Marvel never end? Will Disney win everything? Stay tuned for the next 30 years of media hell.
It definitely makes me, like, individually, I'm like, oh, I'm excited for that. I don't really care, but, like, it's, like, flicking through, and I'm excited for, like, every third thing. And then I step back, and I'm like,
Oh, real excited for Lady Thor, though. For Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the most important distinction is that as Jane Foster has a PhD in astrophysics, she's gonna be Dr. Thor.
Dr. Thor!
Yes!
Move over, Doctor Strange. Nobody cares.
I'm excited to see how much they take from the comics on that one, because I only recently read those and they were very good. So I want to see.
Yeah, that run of the comics was really interesting. So,
they did some. They've been teasing. They've been teasing a new Fantastic Four reboot, which is like fine.
Wait, hang on. Didn't they just
That was in
Yeah.
2015. Jamie Bell was
Never
the thing.
mind.
Only 4 years ago?
Yeah,
My,
no,
how time flies.
it would be like years out, but they're
I
starting to
feel
get chatter
like
about
Bern
that.
Gorman in fucking Pacific Rim being like, they're going to start coming every hour and then they start coming every certain number of minutes
Yeah.
until there's 2, and it's just Fantastic Four remakes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let
that I was,
Ben
like, really
Grimm
sticking
be
out to me?
Jewish, you cowards. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's the post.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is called As Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I am, like, honestly, like, really kind of not stoked. Somebody
It's
was
called
like, why?
Asgardians?
Asgardians, my friend, not Asgardians.
It's like...
Ezra.
Because Thor travels
How
with
the
them
fuck
now.
am I supposed to know? I don't like those movies. I don't know. They could be Asgardians.
I used to
No,
like him.
babe, it's because Thor is with them now.
I used to like him. Don't know if I'll like him anymore.
Yeah, I
We'll
know.
see.
I'm really...
Okay, but consider this. I like my version better.
Yeah, no, they would be better if it was the Asgardians. That's the porn parody.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, just a lot of news. We are keeping track of it, but we also did a whole month of Marvel talk, and I think all of us are very tired. So anyway, let's talk about animated movies.
Oh, jeez.
Can we talk about animated movies?
Yeah, sure. What about him?
Well, there's been a lot that have come out recently. Obviously, Dumbo. I don't think any of us saw Dumbo.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
no,
anybody
I'm waiting.
saw Dumbo. To be
No,
fair.
see the thing though is that I'm waiting till Dumbo comes out on DVD. I'm getting tipsy and I'm just gonna live tweet how much I want to fuck Eva Green and Colin Farrell in that movie.
Fuck yeah!
And
all
somebody's
right.
gonna be like, isn't there also a CGI elephant? I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over Colin Farrell's suspenders.
Good for you. I support you in this, and I will be liking every tweet.
Good.
Lion King movie has come out. I don't think any of us have seen it yet, but like,
no. I'm just not. You can't
gonna.
make me. I mean, if somebody wants to Venmo me money for a ticket, I will go see it and talk about it on the internet. But like, somebody's gonna have to Venmo me money for a ticket.
patreon.com/infinity break, where you can pay for Sneople to go see the Lion King movie, so we don't have to use our own money on the Lion King movie.
And then I will use that money to go and see Rocket Man again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just gonna take it and go see Rocket
Fuck
Man
you.
again.
Can't make me.
I think at some point I will probably like rent it. Like I think I
might rent it out of
feels
morbid curiosity.
Yeah, I think it doesn't feel fair for me to be like, this is bad without having, and like I get to make that choice for myself. Like I don't adult homework, etc. Thank you, Guillermo del Toro. But I'm like, I think I want to. I heard some stuff where people were like, it wasn't actually as awful as I thought it was going to be. Where I'm like, I want to give it a go. And since my dad told me, or you said, that it's directed by the same people who made the Jumble Book CGI, which is supposed to be super good, I'm like, okay, I'm willing to give it, like, slightly more of a shot. Not enough of a shot I'm going to see it in a fucking theater, but a shot at some point, I think.
What I heard was that the imagery was amazing on a technical level, but the expressiveness of the characters was gone.
Yeah.
And it just didn't mesh well with what with the story they were trying to tell and what they were trying to show on screen. And I'm sorry, Lion King is I think one of those things where it's like you've done it, you've made me mad now. You've made me sincerely mad, and I can't do it because that was my movie, my Disney movie growing up, and like we went to see Toy Story 4, my parents and I, which was really, really lovely actually, and a really gorgeously animated to the point, and they played the trailer for Lion King there, and that was like the first time I like watched the trailer, and I was just getting really angry, like unnecessarily angry sitting there watching it, because it was just like shots from the movie and the original movie, but now it's photorealistic, and it felt like all the emotion and originality was just drained from everything, and I just got so mad. So I feel like, I don't know, there's so much baggage for me with this movie.
Yeah, I have a lot of baggage with this movie. I'm curious, but I also just sort of feel like the one thing that I was actually kind of interested in about the Lion King remake, it's not a live action adaptation. There's no live action in there. The Lion King CGI edition is Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, and apparently they like cut a bunch of verses from Be Prepared and like just kind of were like, this is just kind of and I'm like, man, Jeremy Irons is like a full-on nut job, but the man does like camp evil in a way that like is just seared into my brain from when I was 5.
Yeah.
Be Prepared is like one of the best Disney villain songs, I would say.
Oh yeah, of all time. Yes,
Yeah.
it absolutely is. It is one of the best Disney villain song sequences they have ever made.
Yeah.
It tells you his entire motivation. It tells you like why the hyenas are following him. It explains all of that, and it gives you, it's like, and it is a jam, and it's just like,
it's
good.
a huge
And
jam.
it's visually astounding, and he was so committed. That's my favorite Lion King trivia thing, is he was so committed to how evil he was recording this song that he blew out his voice right when he was recording it on the.
Well, yeah, because
line.
Jeremy
I can see
Irons
that.
is not a singer. He's
he's
like
not.
he does not sing.
No, he's saying that you can't get a sniff without me or something. You won't get a sniff without me in that
Yeah,
song.
you won't get a
Yeah.
sniff without me.
Yeah, and he blew out
Yeah.
his voice, and they had to get Jim Cummings, who was voicing Ed the hyena, to come in and sing the rest of the song for the movie.
Yeah, because he was so amped about it that he but didn't have the training to do it safely.
Yep.
Wow, you can't tell that it's somebody else.
No, that's
No.
Yeah, Jim Cummings
really
is a
impressive.
fucking
Jim
genius.
Cummings,
Yeah.
was is he still alive? I think he might.
He is.
Oh, okay, good. It was somebody else who was affiliated with that who
Yeah,
is
he
no
was at
longer with
Comic-Con a
us.
couple years ago.
Oh,
Rad. I was mixing him up with somebody else. Yeah, he's a fucking genius in about imitating other people's vocal styles. It's like unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I haven't seen it. I can't get over the feeling that I'm watching one of those videos when people used to put funny voices over the clips from BBC nature documentaries.
Yes.
It just feels a little too much like Alan.
You know what it also reminds
Alan,
me of? Is, like,
his name's Steve, right? Steve, or like nighttime, daytime. It's just it
facts
feels a
about the
little too
Sea
much like
King.
that. Because of the disconnect between the very human emotions of the vocal performances and the that's a lion, it can't smile at me or cry or look like it's in love with something cause it's a cat.
Well, and the guy, that YouTube link I shared with you, Ezra,
Yeah.
he made a very good point where, like, they didn't have to do this either. Like, I'm kind of against Disney, quote unquote live action remakes as a rule, but also just like from a personal standpoint, but also they didn't have to make it that photorealistic. They could have used CGI to create or duplicate expressions on the characters' faces if they wanted to. They have
Also,
the fucking money.
I
but
mean, they
chose
didn't,
not to.
and like, it's called motion capture. Like, people do mocap for non-human, like, animal characters all the time. It gives them an element of anthropomorphization that allows you to connect emotionally while still being whatever animal that it's called acting. like it's called physical acting. Like, y'all never had to pretend to be a badger in like fucking acting class. People
not a badger specifically.
I don't know why. No, sorry. Yeah, okay, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know exactly what you mean.
I mean, people think that anybody, I mean, okay, that's mean. People can do this. I mean, we were just talking about Andy Serkis before, we started recording, and like the man,
power of that man.
He had the motion capture industry fucking nailed. He was the man for several years there because he was a genius at it. He still kind of is, even though now they're bringing in fucking Taylor Swift to play the ballerina cat in the Cats movie. But But the reason for it was because he is an incredible physical actor and he can do that shit. And you watch the behind the scenes stuff of him like recording, I mean, obviously Gollum, but like also like King Kong. It's like he's doing the animals. He's acting, he's moving like a gorilla. Like,
yeah, he has the balance between like full body expression of emotion with copying believable animal like body language.
Yeah.
He's giving a human's emotive sensibility to animal body language. It can be done.
Yeah.
People do it. And it is incredibly visually rewarding. Like, say what you want about the King Kong 2005. Like, I love that movie and I will fight you about it. But, like, fucking King Kong is a character with an emotional life.
Yeah.
Because Andy Serkis is an amazing physical actor, and because they went, we need a person to play this role. Mm-hmm. Like, either you have personality imbued by the art style, or you need a person. It's like, it's really hard for me to get past the idea that they went, we can have these characters that have human personalities and human motivations and human emotional lives, but we don't really need people in any way, like, really involved in the physicality of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this about, I didn't see any of the new Planet of the Apes movies. This is another Andy Serkis joint.
Yeah, I've seen like clips, but
where he played like the main, he played Caesar, the main monkey, and like, Jesus, all the clips I've seen of him doing that role, it's like that.
It's incredible.
That animal has an intelligence and it has a life and it has, but like that's a CG. But you don't look at that and think, that's a CGI monkey. You think like that thing is alive and it has like a life of its own, and
you're like that is a non-human person.
Yeah, and it's like that's because they got fucking Andy Serkis in that suit, and he's out there playing that fucking ape, and you're like, maybe the apes were fucking right after all. I don't know. I didn't actually see the movie.
Like,
I don't know.
Obviously, it is slightly different. The difference between playing a giant gorilla versus, like a roseate spoonbill or fucking, what is the goddamn bird in the Lion King?
Zazu?
Yeah, what the fuck kind of bird is that?
It's a hornbill.
I don't know.
Thank you. Sorry, my brain just came up with roseate spoonbill, which is not the kind of bird that I'm thinking of. He's a hornbill.
He's a hornbill.
Obviously there's a difference there between like something that has the same number and configuration of limbs as a human versus, like a 1.5 foot tall bird. It's a little harder to mocap something like that, but it's not like you can't use human physical cues, but the same way like you can do with animation, like you can transpose human facial expressions, human body language, and all this stuff onto the physicality of an animal without distorting the physical shape of an animal. Like, obviously you can do it. It's what Disney's done with all of their like traditional animated movies that have animals in them for fucking as long as they've been making them. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm done talking about the Lion King movie. I'm probably never gonna go see it. And if you saw it and liked it, I'm so happy for you. But it just is like, for me, it's just one of those things. It's like, man, what the fuck does this bring?
Yeah, my
to the table
that I made about CG is when you're using CG in a movie, I feel like there's two crucial points. And one of the points is, did you execute the technique well? And the other point is, what did it add to the story?
Yeah. And that's great because, yeah.
Because CG is a... Oh, sorry.
No, please continue.
CG is a tool. It is an artistic tool. And I think I've said this before, but, like, my dad uses it a lot, and he teaches it and stuff, and, like, he has a really great appreciation for it. And I think it could be used in such cool ways. Like, this is not me shitting on CG or saying, like, CG is bad. I think CG fucking kicks ass. Like, they used... Yeah. So I've said that they used a bunch of it for Spider-Verse, and, like, Spider-Verse looks amazing. There's so many great things we're doing with CGI now, and, like, I love and appreciate the hell out of it. I don't appreciate that people are like, oh, this movie is better than what we used to do because we could do CG now. And, like, that's not anything, man. It's a tool, and I think it has a series of uses, and it's great for those uses. And I don't like it being a catch-all for, like, isn't this better than what we used to do because now we can use computers to do it.
That thing about it adding to the story is great because it's very demonstrable. That's not how I can't pronounce words. Demonstrable. Thank you. It's 11:15 at night. I mean, I haven't seen Lion King obviously, but I've seen Beauty and the Beast. And it very clearly does not add anything to the story to just take these stories and remake them, because the things that they do actually detract from the story as it was, or the scene as it was, just not the overall story in terms of the plot, but what the point of the scene itself, like Be Our Guest in Beauty and the Beast. Like, what is now the point of that scene once you have to slow everything down to make it work with the CGI and take all the kinetic energy out of it? What is the point of having Mufasa die in CG and having Scar kill him and Simba grieve him if you can't show any of the emotional impact that scene had? Because that's the point of the scene, is the emotional impact. So it doesn't add anything to the story. It just says, look what we can do, which is like, cool, you can do that, now do that but better.
Yeah, that's what a showcase is for.
Yeah.
Use that in a showcase. Don't use that to make a movie. And to be fair, my dad was like, what about artistic intent? It's like, we want to tell the story, we want to tell the story. And, like, that's fair. That's not what's happening here. This is corporate intent saying, like, this is the thing that people do now. Let's do it to be like, we're using our CG, our excellent execution of CG as a selling point.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
I'm not confident. I feel this way about a lot of Marvel movies as well, and pretty much anything that Disney owns. I'm not confident in how much artistic integrity, not in terms of the animators themselves, perhaps, but in terms of...
God bless them, I think that they probably don't get enough credit.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody who worked on that movie is like, shout out.
My thing is the artistic vision that's behind any of these movies, like from a directing standpoint or whatever, or a writing standpoint, when so often for Star Wars, for Marvel, for whatever, there's an intent behind Disney that they want things to be just this way and just so, and that they have Disney, the company, the corporation, gets the final say over an overall artistic vision for their movies.
And like everything is workshopped and focus grouped and all of this stuff within an inch of its damn life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so much of this stuff, and like higher profile, more established directors maybe can leverage that into a little more creative authority. Mm-hmm. But when there is like literally $1 billion in ticket sales on the line, they're gonna be like, no, we are going to fine tune every single possible aspect of this for maximum money making capacity.
Yeah. Well, and once in a while they do stumble across like really, really great directors, but like it's like when Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were working on Solo, and they were just, I don't know, doing something like, we're gonna like do some improv to direct these scenes and stuff, and they were like, what is this? No, you can't do that. Or like, I mean, there are other reasons too. There are quote unquote creative differences for why they fired Phil Lord and Christopher Miller and hired fucking Ron Howard instead, who I'm sure is a very nice guy, but as a director I can't anyway. You know, they left and hired Ron Howard, and then Phil Lord and Christopher Miller went to direct Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So, you know, there you go. That's what you get. I
still can't believe that is unreal to me. Like,
and then Spider-Man wins the Best Animated Feature Oscar, beating out the Disney candidates. You know, that's what you get. Yeah. That's what you fucking get. Yeah. You know, so it's not conducive to I don't know. Life, art, whatever. I don't know. Society.
Yeah, rant over.
It is it's okay. It's our podcast, but like also this might be a rant over. Yeah. My only thing is, you know what? In my, if I was Q and could manipulate the fabric of reality, you know what I would have had happen. Everybody watched all the trailers for The Lion King or whatever, and then sat down in the theater, and then what played was like a beautiful pro shot of The Lion King Broadway.
Yeah.
Well,
and they were like, psych.
When they played the trailer at Rock Command, I was like, if everybody had just in 2011 gone to the theaters when they re-released Lion King in digital, like I did, this wouldn't have been a problem, and we wouldn't have had this whole thing to worry about. So, get on my level.
Oh, I love you, Helena.
First year of college, baby. Went to movie theater by myself in a new city.
And it was worth it.
It was worth it. Anyway.
Yeah, I want to let's talk about the things that we like about animated movies.
Yeah, that sounds like a much nicer and more fun subject for the podcast going for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to begin. I wrote down some titles, but jeez.
Yeah.
You have a thesis of cultural assumptions about animation, so if you want to drop that now, you can.
Now's the time to do it.
Yeah. I'll try and make it like really brief. Basically, my thing is that I feel like there are cultural assumptions about animated movies and animation in particular in the West that are different than Japanese animation, and that here in America, but in particular, like they're regarded as children's art and therefore somehow childish and also inferior. Like it's not a big deal, and obviously I take it more seriously than the people who diss it, so I get really defensive about it. But it's a weird assumption that people have, and it's not like an accidental thing. I think that there's two kind of things going on with that are generational and cultural, that I think that our generation by and large has a pretty decent appreciation for animated movies in comparison to like our parents' generation or my grandparents' generation, because we were growing up in the animation renaissance of during the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, when there was just like this huge like outpouring in film and television of just like all of this stuff from all these different corners, and like this return to like really creative and very weird kind of style, and like more emphasis on like writing and artistic vision. Like the 90s cartoons were fucking weird, man. Like,
they were.
But they were so weird.
They were extremely wacky.
Yeah, I have a whole list of like the animated shows that were on back then here. I'm just like, man, all of these are just fucking terrifying.
What lists off some, because this is something that I will say, like I grew up under a rock for like a very specific rock, and it was like I pretty much watched like PBS until I was like, oh man, like I don't know, like 7 or 8 or something. And then we got a new cable package, and it was a big deal because we got the Disney Channel, but I didn't have access to Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network as a kid, because I grew up kind of like where my parents' house was just, like, in a weird, like, service dead zone. Like, we had dial-up for, like, 3 or 4 years after most of my friends had regular internet. So, like, there's all these 90s and, like, early 2000s cartoons that, like, I saw a little bit of, but I was, like, at the mercy of, like, what my one friend with cable was willing to watch.
Yeah, I just had a cousin who is still 11 years older than me, and
oh, nice.
We had the same thing. We didn't get cable until I was about 11 or 12. So it was mostly when I came home. It was like PBS and ABC and kids, on the weekends, which is a lot of Disney Channel stuff still. So it was when I went over to my cousin's house. It was the Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel. Mm-hmm. And I know we got into, like, fights about this at school, about, like, which was the superior animation channel and everything. And I was, like, the black sheep because I was a Cartoon Network bitch,
you and me both.
Hell yeah.
Okay, important question. What was Invader Zim on?
Nickelodeon.
Okay, I saw a grand total of 3 episodes of Invader Zim when I was, like, a kid. And I fell in love. But, okay, because, look, like, the extent to which, like, in another life I became, like, aggressively, like, Hot Topic goth is, we don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, that version of me might have ended up being happier. But my friend and my best friend was just like, what? Like, no, we're not watching this show. Like, this is what weirdos watch. Why are you such a weirdo? And I was like, but it's really funny. And she's like, no, like, this is what, like, you're never gonna be, like, a normal girl or whatever. Like, it ended up being yet another, like, symptom of me just, like, not understanding how to be a girl. Yeah. And so, like, weirdly enough, like, Invader Zim is one of my, like late childhood touchstones for, like, yes, in fact, I have always been like this.
Yeah. My whole thing is I always like the, like, action adventure shows and the superhero show. Not like the superhero shows, but, like, Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
And
Powerpuff Girls was great! Oh my god, I loved Kim Possible.
Kim Possible was the one thing that really got me to the Disney Channel. That was, like, the only thing I looked forward to on the Disney Channel. I mean, Nickelodeon had Avatar, so there's that.
I watched Avatar for the first time, like, binge watched it sitting in the hallway of my dorm room with my friend on her laptop.
So
and
good.
I'm actually glad that I watched it for the first time as an adult, because I got so much out of it that I mean, I probably would have when I was a kid, but, like, I'm glad that it was just as rewarding to watch for the first time as an adult.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, like, fuck you people who think that, like, you're like, animation means it's automatically a children's thing, and I'm like, good storytelling is good storytelling! Unless it's all about, animated people banging.
Yeah.
Good storytelling is good storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many shows that I could talk about on here. I mean, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Samurai Jack.
Never saw it.
Samurai Jack.
Futurama.
I've never seen a single episode of Samurai Jack. I've never seen a single episode of Futurama. That fucked me up. Fucking Courage the Cowardly fucking Dog scared me so bad.
Yeah, that traumatized
I saw like 3 or 4 episodes, and I was just like, holy fuck, how did that get on the air? That shit was so scary.
Cartoon Network, baby.
I'm such a weenie.
Ed and Nettie.
I talk about Batman Beyond?
Yes, you can. I have it right here. Go for it.
Remaking it in HD, and I am fucking amped.
So good.
I want to, Matty, I'm so mad that we don't live together anymore, because all I want to do is just, like, cuddle on the couch and you be like, hey, guess what, bitch, we're watching all of Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond! Or even Batman the Animated Series. A lot of, like,
works.
The 90s had a great run of cartoon animated superhero series. So X-Men had a series. That was my first introduction to the X-Men.
Me too.
They had the Batman animated series. They had Batman Beyond was like 99, 2000.
Why is Charles
2001.
Xavier so buff in that?
We just don't know.
Look,
why are you questioning it, Ezra?
Because the only thing I know about the X-Men animated series is that people really like the Savage Land episodes because he and Magneto get stuck in Savage Land together, and it's like fucking fanfic fodder to this day. And so I've seen like relevant screen caps of the Savage Land episode, and that is the only thing I know about it.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay,
apparently I was not processing the correct. I was just sitting out here like, man, when's
for the
Wolverine
rest of us
coming back?
Nice.
I know
anyway,
who I am.
R.I.P. Rocko's Modern Life.
That
whole era. So there's that. So it was just like and it was an amazing time for animation in film as well because obviously Disney was having its renaissance, jump kicked by The Little Mermaid, and then like they were distributing Studio Ghibli, which was making movies around the same time, making movies more frequently around the same time. DreamWorks started making animated movies. Pixar started making movies. So it was that, and it was like also a cultural thing because the period of time that my parents were growing up in, like during the 60s and 70s, was like, I think a really like a big revolution in Hollywood with other types of filmmaking, and like with the French New Wave influencing a lot of American filmmakers, and the dismantling of the studio system, and the Hays Code ending, the new Hollywood era, the summer blockbuster beginning, the genre renaissance and starting in the 70s with Star Wars. You know, all of this stuff was happening in live action film, and then in animation it was kind of like, it wasn't stagnant by any means, but it was a lot of basically what happened after the studio system collapsed. The short story is that there was like a high demand for cartoon television series instead of the previous animated shorts, which were so popular. So the kind of the demand outstripped the ability for them to animate them, and like the two big animation studios at the time, MGM and UPA, kind of like went, and the general idea was we can save money by spending less time and labor on animation, and the quality will go down, but if we just target them towards children, then there won't be a problem, and the children aren't going to care about the quality of the animation if we just kind of make it, you know, a sort of somehow appealing. So that's why a lot of the animation, especially the television animation during the 60s and 70s and early 80s, is like, woo. Like, I love Scooby-Doo, original Scooby-Doo. I love it so much. The animation on the original Scooby-Doo is like, what the fuck is even going on here? It's so bad.
You're like, oh god, did you hire like first year animation students? Also, why didn't you hire first year animation students? They do a better job.
There's a one episode that I've seen many times because it used to be on a VHS collection of Scooby-Doo episodes that I used to own. And it's like one shot, Shaggy's hair is his normal color, and then there's another shot of him and his hair is blonde, and then they go back to him and his hair is his normal color again. It's just like, I forgot what color Shaggy's hair is. Oh no, should we go back and fix it? No, don't worry about it. They won't care. And it's like, what are you doing? Anyway, so that's the kind of, you know, people did begin to associate it with kind of lesser, you know, inferior whatever, because it was being targeted towards children, and it was kind of lesser in quality in some areas because they weren't, you know, big studios weren't caring about that. They just wanted to get the quantity out of there. They did come up with some really cool solutions for film, which is why I wrote scenography in the Google Doc with very happy tone of voice. You can't read it in the words, but it's there because that was their solution that Disney found with like 101 Dalmatians and Aristocats and Robin Hood, where they would just photocopy the animation, and instead of having to go through the whole hand inking process, which could take a lot longer.
Yes. Yeah. I remember hearing about this. I watched a video about this, and it was so fucking cool.
It's really interesting.
It saved them. I mean, it saved them a lot of time, man. And I like the look of it too. I like the look of how a lot of those movies have, you can sort of see the pencil lines and the characters as they move, you know. It's really cool. So there were some good things that came out of it, and they were still making it.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. It is very tactile, and it's very like. Sometimes it's fun when people show their work.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is visibly handmade, and that is like you can imagine the person on the other end of the art, and that's pleasurable.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a positive experience related to this piece of art. Like I'm just thinking about how much now I'm just over here thinking about how much I fucking loved the Aristocats when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
God, I mean, the first cat that we got when, like, because my parents, like, had cats when I was born, and then, but, like, the first
Thomas
cat
O'Malley
that we got was called, I got to name the cat, and he was orange, and I named him Thomas O'Malley because I was obsessed with the Aristocats. Yeah.
Cat.
And then he ended up being just, like, gargantuan. Like, he was just one of those orange tabbies who was, like, very sweet, but who just got huge.
Yeah.
And he used to, like, drape himself around my mom's shoulders while she did the dishes.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Thomas. You were an exceptionally good cat.
A good egg.
Good egg. Yeah, that's... So I think that's my whole spiel. That's my thesis about it, about just kind of why there's this sort of cultural... seems to be a kind of social cultural divide for a lot of people about like the value of animation. I mean, obviously a lot of animators are not millennials and have been doing it for a long time and do have appreciation for it because it's their job and they love it. It's not like a one-to-one ratio thing, but I find like largely there's kind of been this pattern, and I think that's sort of a lot of things go into influencing that. But yeah.
Well, do we want to pivot then, since we've talked about kind of the development of Western animation? Do we want to pivot over so that mostly Matty can talk about Japanese? Hey, Matty, I'm giving you the floor. Do you want to talk about anime?
I think so, and I don't want to necessarily get into. I want to talk about like the Japanese approach to animated movies specifically, because I think if we get into like serialized anime shows,
oh god,
we're just gonna be here for 100 years. I'm just gonna go fucking nuts.
Yeah,
like,
it is. I know this, and I love you. Like, you are literally like one of my favorite people who has ever existed on the planet. But I will fall asleep if you start ranting about anime.
I'm not going to.
I love you. Thank you. Yeah, no, the funny thing here is that, of course, Helena and mostly, especially me, never had a weeb phase. And, like, this is a safe space. Listeners, if you had a weeb phase, don't worry. We love you.
I don't think I did, yeah.
No, neither of you did. I did this for us. Oh, yeah. So... yes, and I think this is going to kind of shift back into, like, because I want to lead into, like, what were things that, like, really meant a lot to us, or things that we really liked. I want to, and you guys can say no, obviously, like, maybe, like, here's, like, if you're wanting some good animated movie recs that maybe are not necessarily Disney, or a little bit off the beaten path, here's some shit you should try. And I'm going to get into that by talking about some of my favorite animated movies from Japan, specifically. I love Ghibli. I think, don't we all, as a people, the human experience is loving Ghibli, frying dough, and making swords. Like, that's it.
It's so fucking true. I love it.
My favorite, actually, Ghibli movie is The Cat Returns, which the English cast has Anne Hathaway and Cary Elwes. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it. And it's just fucking so cute. It's about this high school girl who basically is just, like, bored of her life. And this, like, little... She saves a stray cat, but it turns out he's the prince of a cat kingdom. And therefore, like, you saved his life, and therefore you must, like, come to the cat kingdom and marry him. And it just turns into this, like, wild, fun romp. And I think that was just me thinking about how much I love the cat returns.
I've never seen the Cat Returns, but just you describing that, I know when I mean,
for me.
Put it on the list. I just have like the biggest, stupidest grin on I just like smiled really big and like shoved my face into my like blanket pile just about you talking about that. So let's watch the Cat Returns.
It's so delightful, and I think it's one of the lesser known movies. It's not a sequel. It's vaguely related to one of the earlier ones. Okay. Because the aforementioned cat is a statue, and like some of it is that he's a statue that comes to life. And this statue is also featured in another movie. So that's why this movie is The Cat Returns, and it's about him as the protagonist.
It's Cat Pygmalion.
Oh god, it is.
Sure?
It's Cat Pygmalion.
Yeah. I also love, like, I love Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah,
I love Kiki's Delivery Service.
Castle in the Sky, and Howl. That's, like, kind of my, like, selection of, like, those are my faves. I think the thing I love about all of them is how much they...
Totoro, but mostly I just love Totoro merch.
Totoro. Yeah, I love Totoro, too. I haven't seen Spirited Away in a while. I need to rewatch it. That and also
Spirited Away.
Oh god, there's one I'm totally blanking.
Princess
on.
Mononoke.
Yes, Mononoke. I need to rewatch Mononoke.
My other
again.
favorite.
Yeah. I think a thing that I appreciate so much about them is like they are very resonant in that they speak to a lot of different things, and like a lot of times they are like geared to, like they are not geared towards children. They are children appropriate. And they are for everyone. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. They are family friendly without being necessarily directed exclusively at children.
Mm-hmm. And there are sometimes so, like they can get violent. Like Princess Mononoke, I'm thinking especially, or Spirited Away, where they can be like scary or violent or whatever, and not even. And that still doesn't mean that like they're not. And it's like but you can. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be seeing these things, comma, child. They're so good. And that's the thing that I appreciate about, like, a lot of... I'm trying very hard not to make generalizations because, like, the Japanese industry is so large and so varied in a way that sometimes Western animation is not.
Yeah.
Is that it is so huge. Like, there's so many different, like... different kinds of anime that cover different things, and they're like there are animated movies that are geared towards adults, but they're not like Western anime where it's like, oh, this is all about like sex and stuff. It's like there's like fucking Akira or a bunch of stuff by Satoshi Kon. That's I think the thing I appreciate the most is that there's so much on offer. And to be fair, I don't keep up with a lot of the newer stuff, not just because I think it's like bad. I don't think it is, but there's so much stuff in like the backlog of specifically like the 80s and 90s was such a great era that I'm just playing catch up at this point. I just started watching some of the like the Lupin 3 stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that forever.
Honestly, that's on my list and not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I told my friend who loves... That's Higu, who started listening to the show. I was like, dude, I like don't know anything about Lupin, and I think I would really like Lupin 3. And they were like, wait, so you haven't seen like any of it? And I was like, no. And they were like, okay, here we go. So on Netflix, we started with the Castle of... It's Cagliostro. It's on Netflix, and it was actually the first thing...
Oh, Cagliostro.
Yes, the first thing that Miyazaki ever directed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this Lupin 3 movie, and it's just like a fucking delight. And this is from 1979.
Yeah.
There's just so much good stuff right from that era that's like, fuck yeah, dude. I think to get back to my point of like, if I had to recommend something that was like, if you're looking for something that like maybe you haven't seen before, I think that is what I would probably recommend, and like The Cat Returns. As the anime nerd on the show. Those are my two picks of like movies that I really, really like, and I think show off some like really cool stuff about what we could do with animation, and are also just like a good, fun time. And you can like, if you have kids, I don't know if anybody listens to us who has kids, but if you do, you can watch those with your kids, and it's okay. I had a bunch. I didn't write any of my points out, and therefore I just started talking. It was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh God, no, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, it's good. I think the only transition that I can think of is just I don't even want to talk about them for too long, but just to like mention the stuff that's meant stuff to us.
Mm-hmm. I mean that's why I wanted. Yeah, I think to make a point about like things that meant something to me. I think Kiki is like a lot of people have seen like Kiki's Delivery Service. That movie meant a lot to me in my adulthood, like coming back to it, and where she like loses her ability to fly and like talk to her cat, and she's like, I don't know where I am anymore or what to do, or like this is all I've ever wanted and now I'm like super lost. Boy, means a lot as an adult again. So I think that's one that like coming back to it like really has meant a lot to me.
Yeah. I think of a lot of the great animated movies, especially looking at some of the ones here, like especially Iron Giant, and How to Train Your Dragon.
Which I need to do a rewatch of.
Which How to Train Your Dragon came to me very like much later in life, obviously, because that came out in 2010 in our senior year of high school. But that was a movie that I loved that movie when it came out, and I watched that a lot in college, and it was a very very comforting movie to me. And like I used to, I haven't in a while, I babysit these kids who are, you know, about 12 and 13, and one of the things that we were doing for a while was like I was sharing with them, you know, some movies from my childhood, because that's the thing I know how to share. And it was just kind of like bringing movies like The Iron Giant and stuff like that to them. And then like it's me sitting on the couch, like silently crying while they're like, oh, that was cool, you know? So I think that these movies only the really good ones anyway, gain something as when you get older, for sure.
Yes.
Iron Giant is it's just a wonderful, wonderful movie. I love that movie so much.
I really need to see it again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, I think.
I found it on DVD, so you're welcome.
Nice.
Anytime.
Nice.
Can we talk about Prince of Egypt real quick?
Yes.
Because I just realized we haven't brought up Prince of Egypt yet.
I have it here, but yeah, that's one. Hey. That's a one.
Oh boy. Yeah, so
we watch it every year for Passover, for reference.
So the thing about Prince of Egypt is that, like, one, obviously just, like, a work of you know, genius by probably, like, hundreds of people.
Over years.
Over years of just incredible amounts of work that paid off like nobody's business. Secondarily, of course, DreamWorks was making Shrek at the same time. And this may be apocryphal, and I don't care. If you didn't do a good enough job on Prince of Egypt, they would send you to work on Shrek, and they called it the Shrek Dungeon.
Yeah, that's a story where I literally don't care if it's true or not, because I love the idea of the Shrek Dungeon so fucking much.
Prince of Egypt, so when I was first like in the dorms in Portland, and I was like, there was no feasible way for me to go home for Passover, I was like, I want to do fucking something. Like, I went to like the like shitty Hillel one. Then I was like, no, I want to do like a thing. So I'm like, Matty, we're doing a thing. And so I made matzo ball soup in our tiny shitty dorm room, and we got wine drunk and watched The Prince of Egypt. And I was like, I have fulfilled the commandment to tell the Passover story. I'm good. We're good. And so now it's evolved. Now I like every year I'm like, I'm gonna host an entire fucking Seder. And everybody's like, why are you doing this to yourself? I'm like,
man,
but
they're so good.
It's great. And we do the Seder, and then while we eat dinner, we drink a bunch more wine and watch The Prince of Egypt. It is our family tradition now.
Prince of Egypt is great.
It's so
animation
good.
is astounding. The voice work is wonderful. The songs, the music is great. The score.
The color.
Yeah.
God, so much of it is so... I just cry multiple times every time we watch Prince of Egypt. And every time I'm like, I'm gonna cry this year. And you guys are like, I know. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And you guys are like, I know.
I know. Oh, that's
it's
a good
really...
one.
And it handles subject matter that is of great import to lots and lots of people very reverently.
Yeah, they had a lot of people working on that.
Yeah, they had
a
lot of cultural consultants and a lot of people who were like, hey, you are doing something that is like a foundational part of the like ethno-religious identity of like fuckloads of people. And yeah, and they do, I think they do it justice. And also, hey, guess what? None of the people in that movie look white, because they're not. Thank you.
Yep. Most of the voice actors are, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is continually amusing to me that out of all of them, they went, oh, but, hey, guess what? The one that's Jeff Goldblum sure fucking looks like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, it's so true.
How could it be any other way? I can't find a good way to transition to talking about that, to talking about Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. So I'll just
movies that make me cry.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
Done.
Underrated film.
So good.
Pooh's Grand Adventure. For those of you Philistines who haven't seen Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, don't know how.
He's going to Skull.
So Christopher Robin is like, comes to Pooh one night and he's like, I'm going to have to go away for a while and I'm sorry, I'm just going to be gone for a while. And Winnie the Pooh is like, what does that mean? He's like, I'm going to this place. It's okay. I just want you to know, like, don't worry about it. Like, you're strong enough to be on your own.
You're stronger than you think.
You're stronger than you think. You're smarter than you think. You're stronger than you believe. No, wait, I'm getting it all
stronger. We're fucking up just like Pooh did. I think it's
smarter than you think. Stronger than you seem. And
braver than you believe.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Winnie the Pooh finds a note the next day from Christopher Robin that gets stuck in a bunch of honey, so the ink gets all fucked up. And the note says, I've gone to school, but he thinks it says Skull. And they take it to Owl, who's like, oh my god, he's gone to this place called Skull. You have to go on this horrifying adventure. And all of them set off on this adventure that tests their mettle to rescue Christopher Robin from Skull. And the entire time he was just at school. And they've imagined the entire thing and like exaggerated the danger like they always do, but it's like so good. I can't explain how good this movie is.
There's multiple significant character arcs for the Winnie the Pooh characters.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's the four of them venture out. It's Pooh and Piglet and Rabbit and Tigger and Eeyore. And Eeyore. Oh, forgotten once again. And then they all get character arcs, and it's like, this is incredible. This is such tight screenwriting. People learn. Yeah, I love that writing.
Skull. Yeah.
Skull. The
Disney
song Slap, too.
Yeah, that's also true. Disney had a run of a bunch of different sequels that they, like, handed out to like other studios, and a bunch of them look goofy as shit. Like the one they did for Hunchback of Notre Dame is fucked up for real. But there's some good ones.
You know what? Actually, I'm not going to ask. I was like, how did they do a sequel to Hunchback of Notre Dame? And you know what happened right there? No, you know what happened right there? I forgot that not everybody dies at the end.
It's true. Yeah, no, in the movie, everybody lives, so that's how they could do it.
Just once, Rose.
So they did Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, which I think had this, like, CG pipe organ, if I recall.
It's voiced by Tim Curry, and it's terrifying.
It's fucked up and scary as shit. It's
one
the
of my
only thing that's CG in the entire movie.
Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas?
It's so
something you need to know about this situation. I've never seen a single Disney animated sequel. Not
Ezra.
One of them.
Okay.
I mean, also, especially the one about fucking Christmas.
Well,
also just like,
Christmas.
No gracias.
And the Enchanted Christmas is really weird too. Like, I like it. It's not good. I really liked it as a kid.
I really liked it too.
First of all, pipe organ voiced by Tim Curry. Very scary.
It's CG. It's in 3 dimensions and nothing else is.
Also, plot-wise, it's really fucked up because it's like meant to be. He's still a beast in Beauty in the movie. It's meant to be like a in-betweener of like.
Yeah, it takes place during the plot of the movie.
Yeah, which like makes absolutely no fucking sense. But they, because he has a character arc before he has his complete character arc that happens in the movie. But they knew that nobody wanted to see an entire movie about fucking Adam, the guy that he turns into at the end. So they're just like, we just gotta give him the beast. We gotta give him the sexy beast. So we did that.
So they did, and they were right.
The only time the Beast has been still hot after he turned back into a human is on the original Broadway cast when it's, you guessed it, Terrence Mann.
You're right, and you should say it.
So, Helena,
we can move on now.
So you mentioned Return of Jafar.
I did.
I didn't see that until I was in my teens. I skipped right to the third one, which is King of Thieves, which features Aladdin's hot dad.
Well, now, in fairness, King of Thieves is technically better. Like, the animation is still dodgy as fuck, but
it's dodgy in all of them.
Yeah. Return of Jafar is especially dodgy and just bad.
So fucking weird.
But no, Return of Jafar is valid.
Is just, like, extremely campy?
It is. It's valid because Jafar actually gets a proper villain song in it when he comes back as the evil genie. And it's like, it's the redemption arc for Iago, the parrot.
The parrot.
And there's
Let me be clear, though. You did not need to see Return of Jafar to see King of Thieves. It has no impact on the later movie.
Because of everybody who's gonna get a redemption arc, it's the parrot named... It's somebody named Iago. Sure.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Fight me!
So I owned that movie on VHS and watched it a lot. Anyway.
I'm so glad for you.
Yeah. The King of Thieves is... Aladdin and Jasmine are finally getting fucking married. And then they find out that Aladdin's fucking dad is literally, like, the king of the 40 thieves. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aladdin's absentee dad is the king of thieves.
I'm
and he's
gonna
super
not ask
hot.
too many questions about this.
It was so perfect.
It had a couple of really good songs, actually. I don't remember the plot at all.
It was the return of Robin Williams too, because there was a huge falling out between Robin Williams and Disney after they
understandable
fucked up the marketing for that for Aladdin, and he didn't return for Return of Jafar, and they got Hank Azaria to voice the genie in Return of Jafar. Yeah, you heard that right.
Look, I love Hank Azaria.
Me too.
You know what I want to goddamn watch now? Mystery Men.
Oh
yes, I have that on DVD.
I know you do because I was there when you bought it.
I forgot that I didn't just come into this world clutching a DVD copy of Mystery Men.
We got that one together, and then you technically paid for it, which is why it's in your DVD collection.
That sounds about right.
Not an animated movie, but everybody just eternal shout out to 1999 cult classic Mystery Men.
Oh man.
I do also want to give it just a quick shout out. I realized I wasn't thinking, but like, speaking of the beauty of animation, one of the most beautiful animated things I've ever seen is Mushishi, which was a short anime. And it's one of the only things I've gotten Ezra to watch. Which, once again, I'm not dragging you for that. I understand.
No, that's fair. No, Mushishi was delightful.
Just beautiful. If you want to see something that like is just a delight.
And it's really like, I don't know, I feel like
it's very life-affirming.
It is very life-affirming. A lot of my issue with sort of my block about getting into anime is just that, like, for some reason I have attention span problems about animated TV these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, fair. It's a me problem, it's not like there's anything wrong with animated television, I just cannot pay attention to it for very long. It's too bad.
So that was my last rec.
Yeah, that's the one anime that when I texted you a long time ago, and I was like, "Hey, I'm feeling like I need to really get into anime," and you like presumably on the other end of the phone had like a, I don't know what happened.
I had a meltdown, I think.
and you like, I could hear you in the text you sent me, visibly like breathing really hard, being like, okay.
Just, everybody don't fucking panic. Everybody stay calm.
And that was the one that you recommended to me, and I haven't been able to, because they had it on Netflix for a while, and I never got to around to finishing it, but I did start it, and it's really, really gorgeous.
On the phenomenal scale that somebody on Tumblr came up with, that's the weeb ass shit scale. It's like how much you need to know about Japanese culture, how much fan service does it have, and is it good? It's a little bit higher on the like how much you need about Japanese culture scale, but like no fan service, very good. So like I think it's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think whether I have any like last animated movie thoughts. Oh, my last animated movie thought for the evening was I was hanging out with some friends and we decided we wanted to watch Treasure Planet, but it wasn't streaming anywhere, so we got drunk and watched National Treasure instead.
Yeah.
Because Netflix was like, "Do you want to watch National Treasure?" And we all looked at each other, and I was like, I have a bunch of alcohol that I would kind of like to get rid of. And everybody was like, yeah!
Yes.
But no, so it's fair. Left me with... Now I'm just like, I want to watch Treasure Planet. I want to watch Treasure Planet.
You've seen Treasure Planet, yes?
Oh, like a bazillion times. Yeah,
okay,
no, I just have a hankering.
Okay,
because, like, also, this is my closing thought for the episode, is that I swear to God, every single gender variant or non-binary person I know is like has a soft spot for Treasure Planet.
It's it's true, and you should say
like that is non-binary culture is loving Treasure Planet. So shout out.
Non-binary culture is just wanting to be a pirate in space, just real fucking bad.
Yeah exactly, it's true.
That movie came out at the right fucking time.
Yes, it did.
Well, I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at sneopleatthemovies@gmail.com. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter, JohnnyRinaldo. Our super snazzy logo was designed by Bethany Leuthold. Check her out at Bethany Leuthold, LEUTHOLD.wixsite, WIXSITE.com. If you've got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or recommendations in defense of CGI, although we offered some of our own today, come say hello. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends who you think would enjoy it. Anything that you can do to help spread the news, really, as we've said before, helps us in these still early days in our upcoming 6-month anniversary. And we would still really appreciate it. And we love you for listening. And as always, thank you for listening. And we'll see you at the movies.